everybody, I figured I would make a video of how I make my hunting bands for my slingshots, like this one right here. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need some band tying tape, pouches, latex. I went with GZK green 0.72. You're gonna need a roller cutter. This thing I don't really use. I just use the edge of it, and I use the mat to get my width for the bands, because this thing just doesn't really work for me. And then I use these just to make the hole in the pouch bigger so it's easier to tie on after. Then you need a band tying jig. I got mine just clamped down to the table here because it kept sliding around. But yeah, that is all you'll need to make hunting bands, and I'll show you how you do it. So the first thing you want to do is figure out what your draw length is. For me, when I pull back to my anchor point and I'm ready to shoot, I am at 31 inches for my draw length. So you want to take that and you want to divide it by 5, so I get 6.2 inches, and then in millimeters that is 157. That'd be right here. But you want extra so you can tie on, so I always go around 165. That seems to work for me. Okay, so now you want to take your, you can literally use whatever. I just use this since I have it. Came with the set here to make this. Make sure this is lined up with that line, and put that right on 165. Make sure the other end is at 165 as well. Take your roller cutter. This is kind of a crappy roller cutter, but it works. Press really hard. Go along here. Okay. Break that off. Alright, I got my latex now I'm going to use. And you want to figure out which end is the long end. This is the long end for me, 165. And what I do is each square here is 10 mils. So if I want a 25-20 taper, is what I would normally use for my hunting setups, I would go 1, 2.5 boxes. So you put it right on the line there. 2.5 boxes is that little line right there. And then you come down to the other end, make sure it's lined up with the same line. And 20 taper is what I would have on the end, so I would go 2 boxes. So I go 25, 20. Then I take this again and I'll line it up at 165. Put this down at 160. It's nice and lined up. You take your cutter. This is where you don't want to mess up your cut. Preferably you'd want a better roller cutter. I can see I messed up a little bit there. I can probably come back with this and get rid of that, but you want a better roller cutter because this is a pretty junky one. Just, the shell just moves around there. So yeah, again, you want to go 25. It's right there. Line it up with that line. 20. So put this thing right on 20. Put that right on 25. Make sure that's still at 20. There we go. Looks good. And get the cut right this time, hopefully. Okay. This is where you want to get your pouch out. I'm going to use, I don't know what these are called, but this is, I like using kind of a medium-sized pouch. And this is where this tool comes in. You pretty much use anything, but you just stick it through that hole. See how small the hole is? Because you got to fit that band through that hole. Just bring her down like that. And do that side too. Now I got a bigger hole. You take the thin end of a band, pinch it in half, And you take her, and you put her in there, and you pull. But I got it there, okay. And then if it gets all messed up like this, it's fine. You can just take the two ends there and pull on it. Oh, I think I got her there. Okay, one side done. Oh yeah, I gotta put the hole on this side. Come down with it. Come down with it. There we go. Make sure you do the same way as the other one, otherwise you're gonna have to take it all the way back out again. That sucks. Especially after you get it through this hole, which is already a big struggle. There we go. Okay. Pull it. Alright. Once you get it to this point where you have both inside the pouch, I like to make sure I have about 15 mil. Alright, so once you get her clamped down here, it looks good. You want to go to the furthest hole here, pull it back, you get a little bit of space there. This is where these guys come in over here. You start underneath. Yeah, I'm just move this thing a little bit. Start underneath. You don't have to go too tight on the first one, but what I do is I just wrap it like this. You hold one side back up. It's kind of awkward on the first one, but and then now I hold this end up, pick that end out, hold this end up, again, you don't have to go too tight. You want to go snug, but not, you don't want to snap this thing, although this stuff is pretty hard to snap. If you accidentally let go, it's not the end of the world, because this, as long as you wrap it over each other, it shouldn't undo all the way. Alright, you want to do, you know, maybe at least 4 wraps on each side. This is probably enough, and I'm just going to do one more. Alright, that's good. Pull tight. And you want to just do an overhand knot. Pull through. You could probably just do one. I like to do 2, because you don't want that band snapping right off when you're shooting. Okay. Now you take your roller cutter. Make sure you don't nick the bands, because that'll ruin your band life. Just gonna move that a little bit. And you want to cut this to a little bit shorter of length there, so it's out of your way. Undo it, get your band out. Should look about like that. And you want to do this side now. Pull it tight, put it in there, clamp it. Again, you go to the furthest hole, because that'll pull it tighter, so you have more room to work with. Again, you wrap it. Alright, good. Again, overhand knot. Tight. Do one more just to seal the deal here. Come in with this thing again. Pull it. You don't want to cut these too short. You want to go just so they're out of your way. Okay. Basically, that's it. You got a band set. Alright. I'll probably also make a video on how to make these slingshots if anyone's interested. I don't know. They do take a bit to make, a bit of a longer process, but